What's up, everybody? It's JT Sports. I'm actually, guys, with another video. I'm here with my guy, Jason Harris of the Just Good Sports Network. He's on in this video to talk about the Atlanta Falcons as we preview and break down the Atlanta Falcons for their training camp in 2019. So, Jason, thanks for coming on, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Falcons training camp. I'm just glad football's back. You know how that goes. Football, this is the beginning. This is where teams get better. It's exciting time of the year.
Yeah, so, Jason, tell everybody what you do at the Just Good Network.
Cool. Well, I'm going to do a lot of different things. Executive producer, also the owner of the Just Good Network. We talk about sports. We have sports shows literally for the most part every day. We've been on a little bit of break, but we're going to come back strong. A lot of great stuff going on. Atlanta, the Hawks, Atlanta United soccer. They recently came here in the last 3 years. Obviously, the Falcons. And this should be a great Falcons year. We're going to get more into that as you ask questions, but got a lot going on.
Yeah, everybody, and if you guys want to check out the Just Good Sports Network, make sure to do so. It will be a card popping up for you guys to check that out and subscribe to it. It also will be down in the description down below in the comment section as well. So, Jason, man, the Atlanta Falcons. The first thing I want to talk about is Vic Beasley. Now, Vic Beasley was a big priority for Dan Quinn and the Atlanta Falcons organization. A lot of people felt that and Falcons fans in general thought that he should have gotten traded at the trade deadline last season, but the Falcons thought they could bring a little bit more out of him before they completely trade him away. And this is kind of weird because this is a guy who a few seasons ago just had like 15 sacks and then all of a sudden just kind of has disappeared the last few seasons. So what are you expecting out of him in training camp?
Now, Vic Beasley, let me just go over this whole thing, that he could literally get Dan Quinn fired after this season. They picked up his fifth-year option. Many fans, media, especially Georgia, weren't happy about that, and I understand it. But Dan Quinn's taken over the defense this season, so I'm expecting Vic looks good, but a lot of guys look good in training camp. They haven't put on the pads yet, but he's looking quick. He's looking like he has something to prove. He's definitely, I'm expecting at least a 10-sack season, and he's looking like he could deliver that. Dan Quinn has made it a priority to take him under his wing, so we know what Dan Quinn could do defensively. We've seen what he did with Seattle. So I'm very confident that Vic Beasley is going to have maybe not a 15-sack season, but definitely better than what he's been doing before with 5 sacks, 6 sacks, stuff like that. It's really unacceptable for the amount of money he's getting on that fifth-year option. So Vic needs to play well. He needs to set the tone for this defense.
Yeah. So, what are some position battles to watch for the Atlanta Falcons? A team that is a playoff caliber team. They have the talent. Last season they suffered the injury bug. Weren't able to make it to the playoffs, which I think is a good thing because now they were able to get a high draft pick. They got a couple of offensive linemen, rookie offensive linemen in the first couple of rounds who are projected to be in the starting lineup for the Atlanta Falcons. So, what are some position battles that Falcons fans and NFL fans need to be lookout for when the Atlanta Falcons begin their training camp?
Well, on the offensive line, like you mentioned, Chris Lindstrom, who was their first offensive lineman taken, he's expected to be a starter. The Falcons had problems protecting Matt Ryan last season, so the priority for Thomas Dimitroff, their general manager, was to beef up that offensive line. So we're going to have to take a look at that offensive line, see what Chris Lindstrom and some of these rookies on the offensive line could do. Potentially could have 2 offensive linemen, 2 rookies starting on the offensive line, which isn't a great thing. But in a time of need, a Falcons team that is projected to do really good this year, healthy, like you said, they had the injuries. This Falcons team could be a Super Bowl team. It starts on the offensive line. Most of the great teams have decent to really good offensive line. So I expect this Falcons offensive line to be shored up after training camp. It's still early.
Okay, now on the defense side of the ball, I want to talk about some players that missed a lot of time last season. Keanu Neal, I believe he suffered an ACL injury in Week 1 of the NFL season last year. What are some expectations for him coming in training camp? Because this was a guy who I thought was on the brink of becoming one of the better safeties in the NFL.
I agree with you. You hit it right on the mark. He's looking quick right now. He looked good today. He looked good yesterday. Keanu Neal looks healthy. Now, most guys, when you have an injury of that magnitude, it takes time to really get up to speed. And again, a lot of guys look good in the shorts and t-shirt and things like that. So we're going to have to see how he plays. Probably won't play that much because they have the fifth preseason game in the opener, which I believe is next Thursday. So we just have to see how Keanu Neal looks out there on the field because he basically missed a whole season.
Okay. Your audio kind of cut out a little bit. You can still hear me? All right, I can hear you now. So I'm gonna edit that out. So Isaiah Oliver. So Isaiah Oliver was really intriguing to me because he was rookie cornerback last year. I believe he came out of Houston. What is he? No, I think he came out of Colorado. He had a pretty okay season last year. What are some expectations for him in training camp?
Isaiah Oliver needs to have a big season because obviously, teams pass the ball all damn day. Excuse my language. So he's gonna be expected to cover a lot. He's gonna be expected to battle a lot of balls down. He's gonna be expected to progress a lot from season 1 to season 2. And like I said earlier, with Dan Quinn on the defensive side, mainly focusing, making that a priority, he's like a defense coordinator again. I think he's gonna have a big year. I'm expecting a lot at the Falcons defense as a group, especially. We didn't mention it, but them signing Grady Jarrett 4 more years and then signing Deion Jones, who are 2 studs on the defense. This Falcons team, if everybody plays to their capability, they could easily be in the Super Bowl.
I agree. So when we get to the halfback position, think you guys have a guy named Ito Smith, who replaced Devonta Freeman. He was taking carries. Him and Tevin Coleman were kind of sharing carries and duties at that halfback position when Devonta Freeman went down. What are you expecting out of Devonta Freeman? And do you think it's a little bit of a place where Ito Smith have a role in the offense as well?
Yes, I believe that Devonta Freeman, they have to find ways to protect him. I think he is the every down back. They're paying him like one. But the key for him is to be healthy. If we could get 15 to 16 games out of Devonta Freeman, if we could get him healthy, catching out the backfield, getting him at least close to 1,000 yards, maybe 1,200 yards tops, then I think that'll be great for Freeman. But we know he's talented. We all know this. We know he can make plays. But the durability is the issue. So if he could stay healthy, then the sky's the limit for this Falcons offense.
Okay. So a couple of more questions I want to throw at you. So the Atlanta Falcons cleaned house last season. They got rid of Steve Sarkisian. He's now back at Alabama. I never really got into hiring anyway, since Steve Sarkisian was a guy who only was the offensive coordinator for Alabama for like a few games. So that hiring didn't really make sense. They got rid of the defensive coordinator. So what are we expecting out of the new Atlanta Falcons offensive coordinator going into the 2019 NFL season?
I mean, we're expecting great things. Their cutter, he knows what he's doing. He was with the Falcons before, and he's the type of guy who knows Matt Ryan. And Matt Ryan is really still quarterback, no matter how you feel about him. I don't believe he's the top 5 quarterback, but I believe he's the top 10 quarterback, maybe top 8 quarterback. So I don't have that many concerns about the offense. My thing, especially with this Falcons team, is if they're healthy, plays will be made. If they're not healthy, this is a 7-9, 8-8 team. If this team is healthy, they should at least win 11 games next year.
And for the wide receiver position now, the talks about Julio Jones. Of course, Julio Jones isn't going to skip training camp and he's not going to hold out into the season. That's one thing I always respected about Julio Jones. Always showed the sense of professionalism. Always went about things the right way. He never holds out of OTAs, mini camps, and stuff like that because of a contract dispute. So Julio Jones and his contract. What are you hearing on that?
I'm hearing that you have to wait a whole calendar year. So Friday he'll be eligible for that contract. According to Thomas Dimitrov and reports out of Falcons camp is that they are not close right now. But I think that they're going to get a deal done because, again, they got the deal done with Grady Jarrett and Deion Jones. So I believe that Julio will get paid out. He's going to be the highest paid wide receiver in the league sometime soon. I think they should get the deal done by Friday. I'm hearing Friday. That's a whole calendar year since he last got the little pay raise last off season, and this is the time for the contract. Julio Jones wants to be the highest paid player at the wide receiver position. I know he came out and said he just wants to get paid. He doesn't necessarily have to be the highest paid, but I don't believe that. I think he really wants to be the highest paid, and I think it's going to happen.
Yeah, and if I recall, I think he was in like, didn't this happen last year?
Yes, absolutely. You have to
Yes.
wait a whole calendar year.
Yeah, so I mean, I saw this coming with the Antonio Brown deal, Odell in Cleveland. So I'm not really surprised about this whole thing. Now I want to ask you about some players to watch that you're going to be keeping your eye on during the Atlanta Falcons training camp. It could be some unknown rookies, some undrafted rookies, some veterans, or some players that need to prove themselves.
Well, again, I go back to Chris Lindstrom. To he needs to be a starter by week 1, I believe, and I think he will be. And I think Mohamed Sanu, he needs to have a big year. Calvin really needs to progress again. So I think those are the two positions we need to be looking at: is this Falcons offensive line as a whole, and their wide receiving core not named Julio Jones have to continue to progress and continue to help Matt Ryan out, which I'm confident they will, because Matt Ryan is a upper echelon quarterback, and he's the type of veteran who knows how to get the job done.
Upper echelon. Well, let me make sure to write that down so I can use that word in future reference. So, the thing is, one more question. So, do you know who will be starting at that center position? Will it be Chris Lindstrom?
No, Chris Lindstrom is most likely going to start at right tackle, I believe. I believe they're going to want to work him at right tackle, see how that works out for him. He's just getting used to the game. He said, I remember he was quoted on saying that the transition is, in college, he was the fastest guy. Now, it's like he has to get used to that speed of the NFL. So, again, when it comes to him, I believe he's in good hands with Dirk Cutter. I think that, again, he's going to have to prove himself, but I'm confident he's going to have a big season. He was really good in college, and I think he'll be a decent rookie this year for the Falcons. There's no offensive line. If they can stay healthy, they can hold me back to the health, that they can make some plays and make things happen, make some moves in the NFL.
Yeah, I'm really interested in seeing how that happens because we saw guys who were really good in colleges, like a guy like a Connor Williams. He was one of the highest rated guards coming out of college when he played for Texas. I think he played interior or outside, and then the Cowboys tried to move him at a position he wasn't really used to, so he kind of struggled there. But with a guy like Chris Lindstrom, do you think he will be able to successfully make that transition his rookie season, or do you think he will struggle?
I think he'll be okay. I think he doesn't need to be great. He needs to be okay where he's not an issue. Matt Ryan was one of the highest sack quarterbacks last season, hurried a lot of time. Especially, I know you're a big Lamar Jackson guy, so you probably watched the game against
Yep.
Baltimore. He was hit a lot. So they're going to have to, as a whole, again, it's not all on him, but as a whole, they're going to have to find ways to protect Matt Ryan. And I think Dirk Cutter is going to come up with those ways because he's going to be the main guy running the offense. And like I said before, Dan Quinn's going to focus primarily on defense. Now, if the Falcons don't make improvements, we see another 8-8 season, I do believe that Dan Quinn will be fired.
Yeah, I agree. Well, everybody, this is Jason Harris of the Just Good Network. Make sure to check him out. Link to his channel will be down in the description down below and also the comment section. Jason, thanks for coming on, man. Good insight as always.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. We're going to do this more in the week. Just let me know. I'm always happy to come on. I'm glad you're back. I'm back. Make sure you send the links everywhere. I'm going to send you the things you need, and I'm grateful to be doing this interview.
No problem, man. Thanks for coming on.